internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours in Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. Let me ask you a simple question. Are you ready for XRP at $10, $15, $20? Because people say they are, but they're not even close. And we have entered the most silent but critical phase in XRP's journey. And I'm not here to play games. I'm here to shake you up and tell you what's coming, whether you are prepared or not. Let's just set the tone by a quick clip by Raoul Pal telling us that the next leg up for XRP is going to be monumental. And we don't need him, justifying what we already know is coming, but just to hear it from his perspective.
There's another chart after we could bring up this one. Yeah, I know you guys mentioned it last week. Is that XRP chart is something to behold.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, none of us have really been involved in XRP, but that chart is something to behold. It's like that's going to another big leg higher at some point. That XRP chart is something to behold. That's going to another big leg higher at some point.
Let's do the math for you real quick. Okay, if you have 5,000 XRP at $10, that's $50,000. If you have 10,000 XRP and when it reaches $20, that's $200,000. 20,000 XRP at $15 and that's $300,000. And what you're looking at on the screen right now is pretty much if you have those XRP holdings, 5,000, and how much you're going to have when it goes to $10, $15, $20. I want you to prepare for this because this is upon us. So what are you going to do? What is your first move? Are you going to keep holding? Are you going to sell? Are you going to take out the initial profits? But take a real close look at this, right? If you have 50,000 XRP, when it goes to $10, that's $500,000. $15, $750,000, right? And $20, that is $1 million. And you're probably wondering, why are we going over this simple math? We're going over this simple math because this is going to happen a lot faster than we could even kind of prepare for it. So look at it, look at how much you own, and let me know in the comments down below what your move is. Okay, what is your move when XRP? Because here's the thing. I give you these $10, $15, $20 targets because these, you want me to say something that doesn't even make sense? It'll happen 1,000,000,000% very soon, right? So who's going to hold until $100? Wait until the storm hits because I'm telling you, you guys, most of you guys are not ready for what's coming at all. At all. So when XRP hits those levels, it won't be about hype anymore. It'll be about positioning. And you either have it or you don't. And now, here's the crazy part. Why is nobody talking about it? Why is no bullish news? There's nothing but XRP right now, right? Why is the media quiet while every other token gets headline hype? Because they know what XRP really is. They don't want retail's attention. They want silence until it's too late. Look at what's happening with Ondo. Okay, just take a look at this. Ondo came out and said, they're talking about cross-chain transactions with JP Morgan and Chainlink. Ondo, Chainlink, that's cute. They're both, like we covered Ondo and Chainlink before, right? They serve different use cases. They're going to perform well, but they're in their own lane. Like we covered this months ago. Ripple is a different animal. They're not chasing hype. They're building that financial framework that governments and banks will plug into. And do not forget what Ondo themselves even announced, right? Ondo Finance expands institutional reach with OUSG deployment on the XRP ledger. Hello, the OUSG is backed by BlackRock, and it's going to be utilizing XRP directly and indirectly. And even when you listen to what they said in this press release about Ondo Chainlink utilizing their OUSG, right? Listen to this. The successful transaction utilized Ondo Chain's testnet, Ondo's flagship tokenized short-term U.S. Treasury Fund, OUSG. Okay, now let's jump over to this article, Ondo Finance expands, right, OUSG onto the XRP ledger, and look at one of the pain points that they're going to solve. Established liquidity. Ripple and Ondo have secured commitments to seed OUSG liquidity upon initial deployment, driving further adoption of tokenized real-world assets on the XRP ledger. Go ahead and smash that like button if you understand the importance of what I just read, along with what we just connected to in regards to Ondo and Chainlink, right? It hasn't done anything yet. These are commitments that haven't rolled out. They're doing test nets with JP Morgan. Wow. Like, words cannot describe what is coming at all. And, you know, they're literally preparing for all this, ladies and gentlemen. And the second this lawsuit is officially over, the floodgates will open. Partnerships will get announced. Custody solutions will roll out. Liquidity corridors will expand in real time, all while the same people who laughed at XRP will be left holding dust. Remember, I've said this many, many times. This case, it ain't over. You'll know when it's over. It is not over. You got to forget, like, there's still ongoing stuff here. It has to be completely closed. The case has to be closed. The case is not closed. Okay? And that is why these major banks are not coming out and making any statements or announcements, press releases about Ripple and XRP. They legally won't. There's an ongoing case that's about to end. Why would you do it now? Wait until it ends, right? So remember, this is not going to be another altcoin pump. This is not going to be another altcoin pump. XRP is the settlement layer of the new financial system. And when it moves, it won't crawl. It will launch, ladies and gentlemen. So while people are stuck watching, nonsense, while the media shills the next, Ethereum gas burning patch and Bitcoin, whatever they're trying to do with Bitcoin, you better be preparing for the moment XRP crosses 10 and never looks back. Because at that point, $10 won't be expensive, $15 won't be hype, and a $20 XRP will feel like an early discount once people start understanding the fundamental value driver for XRP. Like I said, it'll be an early discount at $20. You won't buy back in. You'll be priced out for life. This is the part where legends are made. So ladies and gentlemen, you better tighten up. You better hold strong. And remember, we did the research. We saw the infrastructure. We watched them lie, and we still held the line. So $10, $15, $20 XRP, it's coming. And when it does, you either celebrate or regret, But all I got to say is, I don't think you guys are ready. I'm not even ready. That's why I say you guys. I'm not ready either. Like, we are going to be hit by a storm. It may be life-changing for some of you. But do not look at $2.32 XRP and think it is expensive, because I remember when I was looking at Chainlink, I bought at $1. I thought it was expensive. I should have bought more, right? Looking at BNB at like $3, $2, I thought it was expensive, never bought it. QNT even at like $9, never bought it. So I missed a lot, but I already got into a lot. So you can't win them all. And once these start rallying up, I don't normally chase. I usually do not chase and accumulate bags. Like QNT, I don't hold any, but it is going to be extremely, it's not a bad buy. QNT has, a lot of upside potential, but you got to understand that I've been in this game for a very long time and my portfolio is set. And we are now waiting for the liftoff. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. The news is coming out with Ondo, Chainlink, the stablecoin legislation is going to get passed. This is where legends are made. I don't think you guys, oh my God. I actually feel stupid. I keep saying this, but this is going to get crazy. This is absolutely going to get crazy. So our live streams are probably going to start mid next week. I am currently positioning myself for, let's see, I might do a live when I'm talking about this, but we're gonna have to put a nice long in here because, like I said, we are coiling up. Bitcoin is looking so bullish to test new all-time highs. And you guys saw what was said about XRP earlier. And once that goes back, if you could catch the potential bottom at these prices with a long, it ain't never gonna turn back, ladies and gentlemen. I can assure you that these big move for the volatility is gonna slowly die down for XRP as the price and the value on chain starts scaling and once utility starts to get kicked in.
They told us dream small, but we had the stars in mind. While they chased hype, we studied time. In the noise we found the signal. Brad knew just what to do. Now XRP hums like jazz, running smooth and true. Money's changing, systems bend, ripple flow into the end. Truth is quiet, bold and deep. We salute the ones who lose no sleep. Salute to the minds that built this chain. Salute, salute through the trials, through the pain. Salute, salute to the calm, to the wise. Salute 100 in our eyes. Bitcoin maxis yell on stage, stuck in loops they call belief, while XRPL just clears the way. No delay, no grief. They hoard coins like dusty gold, but we got utility in every fold. The future ain't loud, it's steady breathing. Real ones know what's worth believing. It ain't hype, it's code and soul. We salute the ones who see the whole. Salute to the builders, to the flow. Salute, salute where the real ones choose to go. Salute, salute to the heart, to the plan. Salute, XRP will lead the land. Value don't lie, and truth don't shake. Let the whole world break, we remake. Strategic reserve, written in stars. XRP gonna take us far. So here's to the signal, clear and bright. To the dreamers who held on tight. No matter the storm, no matter the fight. Salute, we rise with the light.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.